Hello and welcome to the virtual towers of Binary Arcadia, where the games go on long into the night. Thank you for joining us for another episode in our series, The Top 10 Games of All Time. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to go back and check out the proper introduction video for more information. And I hope you enjoyed this next game as much as I did. The wind is blowing, waves crash fiercely against the rocks of a shoreline. A lone hero sets sail into the deep blue sea. But wait, our hero has big, oval, cartoony eyes. And the tide washes in with a wave of happy Zelda memories, courtesy of the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Released in 2003 exclusively on the GameCube, has a very respectable 96 out of 100 on Metacritic. Fun fact, after the reveal of the new cel-shaded graphics, critics nicknamed the game Zelda. Impact. The announcement of Wind Waker in 2001 roared into port like a hulking sloop. The excitement of fans doused in its wake. Having been announced on the back of a realistic looking Zelda tech demo back in 2000 at the Space World Expo, the game industry had some adjusting to do. Many were disappointed. One thing that really stood out though was the art style and animation work, with many lauding the expressiveness of the characters. The game iterated on existing game mechanics too, introducing new items to the series. As with all Zelda games to date, the ability to use a multitude of different items and weapons lent itself to a unique player experience. The control system was simple and responsive, and the combat system, with its new counterattack, was brilliant. The ability to move the camera around was a welcome relief from its predecessor, diluting some of the frustrations in tight corners. Also new to the series was an expansive open world, in the form of a giant ocean complete with islands to hop between. Sailing across a world in Link's boat, the King of the Red Lions, gave the player free rein to explore the oceans to their heart's content. Personal experience. I was definitely one of the converted when it came to the cel-shaded graphics, unlike Tabs. It evokes some nostalgia for another favourite game of mine, Jet Set Radio. I loved the art style and the simple, understated detailing of characters. Playing as Toon Link was extremely rewarding. It felt like you were guiding him through his adolescence and into his adult years still to come. Exploring the ocean was one of my favourite parts of the game, and controlling the winds with the use of the Wind Waker baton felt very empowering. I was gripped by this game, and having missed the outstanding Ocarina of Time, this was my Zelda jaw-dropping moment. Everything about this game was simple, accessible and uncomplicated. The maps were straightforward, as were the controls for sailing, and the game was without any of the annoying housekeeping systems so popular in the more realistic open world games. And who doesn't like getting their teeth into some of the best Zelda dungeons in the series? I know I do. Longevity. It's really difficult to judge this fairly. For me personally, I think it would hold up great. I guess that's the beauty of cel-shaded graphics. They give a more abstract visual style which doesn't age in the same way as more realistic games. Like a Disney classic, I suppose. However, I think some of the simpler gameplay mechanics might seem a bit too easy by today's standards. The inherent trade-off between accessibility and sophistication, perhaps. This is especially apparent when compared with the more nuanced Breath of the Wild. I guess time has not been its friend, and Nintendo's latest installment hasn't been either. Scoring for this game is Impact 2, personal experience gets a 5, and longevity is a 3, giving it a 10 out of 15. Well, that's another video done. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us a like. If you didn't, a dislike. Feedback's always welcome. Remember to subscribe and click that bell for notifications. And that's another video for the archive. Stamped and completed.